Yeah. Welcome to the I'm So Great podcast. I am your host. I'm so the great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. Every time you see me, and I'm gonna say that 100 times because I love to say that because it's fucking true. It's fucking true. Every time I come to the plate, I bring great to the plate. But that's neither here nor there. All right. Welcome to the I'm So Great podcast. Recording live from Relax Studios. Record live from Relax Studios. Relax, perfect place for you to be able to come and be able to create. Enjoy your 420 pleasures as well. We got all type of flavors. We got all type of beautiful things going on here. Relax, man. Come rock with us. Come vibe out with us here. You know what I'm saying? Now we here today. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this like real energetic mood right now. You know what I'm saying? Normally when I'm on this shit, I be smoking weed all day. I be getting drunk all day and all that shit. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? What up? But right now, brother's kind of clear, a little clear. Not saying I'm clear. I just ain't do as much as I normally do. I think I'm getting a little comfortable with this at this point. Well, I ain't even got to get, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to get it in. When I first went, you're going to look at the original videos of this, and you're going to see how, so turn the test up. Hey, it's that new Joyner Lucas. You know what I'm saying? It's that new Joyner Lucas. It's Family Therapy. I think that's what the name of the album is called. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? The name of the Joyner Lucas joint, you know what I'm saying? I have, it's ADHD2. ADHD2. So, you know what I'm saying? The recap from ADHD1 is ADHD2. You know what I'm saying? Now, so far, I ain't gonna front. The shit going hard. You know how Joyner Lucas do. He fucking incredible spitter. The shit is going nuts. We're gonna rock out to some Joyner Lucas while we do this today. I thought this would be the perfect album to be able to rock out today because I am the life coach for the real ones out here. All right. The reason why I call myself the life coach for the real ones, because I'm a fucking real one. And I had to really learn a lot on how to be able to balance and challenge and overcome and build and be great, you know what I'm saying, with this concept. Because you know, when you're real, when they hold you to these bullshit ass concepts and these bullshit ass expectations and shit. It's like everybody just want to see the worst in you. Everybody want to see you come out the worst. Everybody want to see how fucked up you are. But at the end of the day, man, when I'm talking about the real ones, man, I'm talking about the real ones, all right? Not just real niggas who be wilding out and shit like that. We ain't talking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? We talk about real ones. We talk about motherfuckers who good to people in their lives. We talking about people who stand tall, who don't let obstacles fuck them up. We talking about people who don't be trying to backstab and fuck everybody else over because they ain't getting shit, blah, blah, blah. Talk about the real ones. We're talking about people you can trust, talking about people who hold you down, people in your life that you know that you can call these motherfuckers no matter what the fuck it is, nigga. If you need help moving furniture or moving a fucking body, the real ones. I'm the life coach for the real ones. And being the life coach for the real ones, man, I be having my mind locked in on the shit we be locked in on. You know what I'm saying? Locked in on the shit we be locked in on. And there's so many different things that we can accomplish in this world. So many different things that we want as real ones. And I mean, for real, it's pretty much on the same guidelines as what everybody else wants. You know what I'm saying? You want great opportunities, you want safety, you want your family to be happy, you want to be able to feed your family, you want peace and all that, yada yada yada. But as a motherfucking real one, we also want people to be real. We want people to be real. We want people to be, you know what I'm saying? We want people to be real. We want people to be stand up. We want people to have integrity. We want people to have morals. We want people to have some self-respect. Go about this world, understanding that we are here to build something greater. Our everyday expectation should be to build something greater in this world. So the next generations and our children, or just the kids that's running around, or even adults and older people, well, we'll be able to make sure that we're leaving this world greater than when we came in. The real ones, all right? The real ones. All the real ones out there. I'm the life coach for the real ones. I'm so the great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. I understand you. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I understand you. I've been there. I understand how it feels to be from a broken home. I understand how it feels to be to be lost and to feel like nobody got your back, nobody holding you down, nobody there. You know what I'm saying? To be the person that everybody calls on, but be the person that can't call on nobody. I get it. I get it. In the community of us, man, we understand that it's hard as fuck to be able to reach out to somebody. It's hard as fuck to be able to find people that understand us, that roll like us, that are willing to give and love and rock and go hard as us. It's fucking hard as fuck to find people that understand that shit because so many people out here on this, they're so selfish. They're so selfish and they're so heartbroken and yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, yeah, yeah, we all feel certain things, we all go through certain things, but we don't all react and behave in the same fashion. We don't. We don't all react and behave in the same fashion. So that's why I'm having a conversation with the real ones. I know that I don't mesh well with everybody. I know I ain't everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely know that shit. You know what I mean? I know I ain't everybody's cup of tea, but I don't want to be. That's the thing. I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? I will love to be helpful to as many people as humanly possible, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, as being a real one, you know, some shit is just a waste of fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Some shit can be a waste of time. And sometimes we are indulging in things that we need to fucking let go. Being a real one is one of those things that, man, sometimes you understand that, man, you just gotta let some shit go. You gotta let some shit go. You know, we be wanting to have conversations and open dialogues and all of these different things. We want people to feel, we want people to understand and yada yada yada, man. Some fucking times, man, you just gotta get the fuck over that shit yourself and move forward. You don't always get, you know what I'm saying? You don't always fucking benefit from talking. You don't always benefit from talking to people, but you can always benefit from trusting yourself, valuing yourself, and being the type of person that has self-respect and dignity and integrity. So when we're addressing other things and other people, we're leading from a place where people want to be like us. People want to be like you. That's what real ones experience. Real ones experience it. That's the reason why hip hop is so fucking dope. That's the reason why hip hop is so popular and so big. Because there were some real ones. There's been some real ones in hip hop. Yeah, there's been some fuck niggas, fake niggas, yada yada yada. We can address that, or we can just let that shit fucking go and understand that we're here because we understand that there have been real ones. And those real ones have really like helped us to grow, helped us to benefit, helped us to in our hustle, in our aim, in our style, helped us. You know what I mean? Helped us. And so when you're being so for real ones out here, for the real ones out here, you know it's hard as fuck to find motherfuckers that we can rely on, that we can benefit and have conversations with. So we're gonna have to create a community and a lane for us. For us, I will be a reference and a resource for you. You know what I mean? Reach out. You got questions, reach out. You know what I mean? The reason why I say that I am a life coach for the real ones is because as a real one, I have a very well-rounded experience when it comes to life. Very well-rounded experience, 100%. So damn, I'm a husband. I'm a husband. I'm a father. You know what I mean? I got 3 degrees and no felonies. Yeah, 3 degrees and no felonies. And yes, that is some, yeah, from where the fuck we come from and the shit that we do and shit like that. Yes, yes, yes. That is some phenomenal shit. Maybe it might not be phenomenal to you. That's just fucking phenomenal to me. I got 3 degrees and no felonies, nigga. How many of y'all can say that? I got 3 degrees and no felonies. Why? You know what I'm saying? It ain't because a motherfucker one out here taking a risk. It's through the grace of God. I can't say I did nothing no better or I was even any more careful or, you know what I'm saying? I was playing. No, nigga, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. I was out here fucking up, making mistakes, doing shit, wilding out, proving myself overly again and again and again, constantly having to prove myself. You know what I mean? Because I was one of them kids and I was from a different city. I'm from a different city, a different community, from a lot of the places that I got it in at and made it happen at. You know what I'm saying? From different city. So motherfucking every time I pull up, I gotta prove myself in all these different communities and all these different shits and shit like that. You know what I mean? And being a real one ain't about motherfucking me being the most violent, wild and fuck out. Oh, I'll shoot a nigga up, nigga. If you thinking that's what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga, get the fuck off of this goddamn chat. Off of this stream. That ain't who the fuck I'm talking about when I say the real ones. All right, some niggas think they real, but they real stupid. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't like 21 said. 21 said this shit. He said these niggas think they niggas think they crazy. You ain't crazy, nigga. You just stupid. You stupid. You don't know how to. You're stupid. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't talking about that shit. We talk about the real ones, all right? Real ones, them solid motherfuckers. The solid motherfuckers where it don't matter if this nigga sell dope or this nigga fix cars or whatever he do. He'll stay at home there, whatever he do. Solid. It don't matter if little mama, it don't matter if this lady is if you do nails, you know what I'm saying? If you run guns, you do nails, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You a school teacher, you a mama, you a stay-at-home mama, you a baby mama, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the real ones, them solid ones. The ones that's down for you thick and thin. The ones that deal with you with grace, that give you grace because they understand the people that they love are not going to be perfect, just like they're not going to be perfect. The real ones. You know what I mean? And that's what I like to stand for. I like to stand for the real ones out here. I like to stand for the real ones. I'm the life coach for the real ones. Life coach for the real ones. All right. So, and identifying and being a real one, identifying and being a life coach for the real ones, I just want to fucking highlight a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Highlight a couple aspects of what I can help you with. You know what I'm saying? What I can help you with. You know, now me personally, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that in this world that we really need help with as we move forward. Because the reason why I'm saying I'm a life coach for the real ones is because the main concept is for us to move forward, for us to move forward, for us to scale, for us to take things to the next level. Point blank period. For us to take things to the next level. You know what I mean? I'm an artist. I'm a businessman, I'm a husband, I'm a father. I own businesses, I have degrees, I own property. You know what I'm saying? So as that individual, I run into a lot of people who don't have those things and aspire to have those things. And I don't know if you were thinking like I was thinking before I got them. So before I got them, you know, being a young black man from the community that we come from and all that shit, ain't no excuse for something like that. But being a young black man and shit like that, I was told so many times on so many different levels that certain things that black men couldn't have. Certain things that individuals like myself couldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And I actually believe that shit. I really like digested this information like it was real and was living my life and guiding my life based on those aspects, and like that was real. Like that was real. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I was told was that black people can't have good credit. Black men can't have good credit. Black people can't have good credit. It's a fucking lie. You pay your bills, you on top of your shit. You making sure you got a good credit mix where you have we have credit cards and long-term things and stuff like that. You got a good credit mix and you on top of your payments and you making your payments on time and shit like that, and you keep your debt to income ratio low. That's good credit. None of that shit said a race. None of it said a race. Those are just actual factual things that we can do to obtain good credit. And it was a time, no lie, it was a time I thought that was impossible. I thought, like, nigga, I'm a nigga. They're not going to let a nigga get good credit. They not going to let a nigga have good credit. They not going to let a nigga. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, nigga, it was it. Now it sounds fucking ridiculous. Any of us out there who have good credit, that shit sounds ridiculous. But for the longest time, this is the info, and it wasn't just for my community. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, man, if you watching fucking comedy shits and all this shit, they say it all the time, man. Make that joke, all black people can't have good credit. Oh, you gotta have be white to have good credit. You gotta be white to have good credit. Yada yada yada. Come on, man. Anybody can have good credit. Anybody can have good credit. Anybody can have good. You know what? Let me put you onto a play. All right. Anybody can have good credit. So let me put you onto a play on how to help yourself to be able to acquire some good credit. All right. Now, if you got, and this is, you know what I'm saying, this is very simple thing to do. All right. I don't care if you never checked your credit out before, none of that. What I want you to do, you want good credit, right? You want good credit. All right. So M So the Great is going to be able to lead you to being able to have good credit. All right, because I'm a life coach for the real ones. Okay, so here we go, and it's very simple. Go online, print out your credit report. All right, take that credit report, take the credit report over to ChatGPT. Upload that credit report up on ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, ChatGPT, show me how I can raise my credit score to a 800 or a 750 or something like that. Show me what I would have to do to be able to raise my credit score to a 750. Let me know what I would have. I want you to act as the greatest financial person in the business. And I want you to come up with schematics and come up with ways for me to be able to raise my credit score within the next 90 days, 60 days, 30 days. I want to raise my credit score 200 points or 100 points or whatever in the next. What do I need to do that? And ChatGPT, you upload that credit report, you add ChatGPT those questions. ChatGPT is going to not only give you that information and what you need to do, but if there's any dispute letters that you need to spit out, ChatGPT is going to write them joints up for you. If there any other type of letters or anything like that, instructions that you need, ChatGPT is going to spit that out for you. You take that shit, send it to the creditors, send it to your credit people, follow the instructions of ChatGPT, boom, you're going to end up having good credit. That was simple. I didn't say nothing about changing your color. I didn't say nothing about changing your race. I said, hey, go get your credit report. You can get it from Experian. You can get it from TransUnion. You can get it from Equifax. All three of these credit bureaus, well, all these three, I understand that they're not true credit bureaus, but all of these three credit alliances, I want to call them, you all have the ability to go onto them joints and pull up your credit report right from them joints and put it up to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to give you everything that you need to be able to make your credit report better. All right. You want to own property. You want to buy your own home. That's what you're going to have to do. You have to get your credit right first. Get your credit right first. All right. You're going to also need to have money, and your debt to income ratio is going to have to be good and stuff like that. But at the same fucking time, the first draw to that is having good credit. So boom. For a long time, I was told black people couldn't have good credit. Black people can't have this. Black people can't have that. And right there, a few minutes, I just told you how that you as a black person can have good credit. Just using ChatGPT. That's how you can go ahead and end up having great credit from there. Just put it in there. It's going to kick you out everything you need to do. Follow those instructions. Bada, bada, bada. You want to have good credit. Boom. Okay, so now what we want to do. Now, what do you want to do? Oh, you want to own some property? Let me help you out. With owning some property and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to owning property, you're going to have the income. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, there's different motherfuckers have different guidelines. Say you got to go be at a job 2 years or whatever and all that and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yes. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You might run into people who say stuff like that. But let me just give you a couple things. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. Just give you a little game. All right. So first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you can qualify based off of your earning. You know what I mean? You're going to have your credit. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But based on what kind of home that you want, what you think you can afford, because there's a lot of people out here who hustle. There's a lot of people out here who got side gigs and all that, and they don't really know how to be able to use those side gigs as a way to prove that they make income. So they'll be able to use that income to be able to acquire a loan, to be able to acquire a property. All right, here we go. Let me help you out with that. IMSO got you. Now, I'm a life coach when it comes to all well-rounded things. But right now, let's go ahead and focus on just things that make us successful right now. All right, focus on credit. Focus on things that make us successful right now. So basically, all right, so you want to own a home. All right. You don't believe that the job that you know what I'm saying, you want to own a home. And you have a job, the job pays you, but you also got side hustles and stuff like that, which equate to bringing in more income for you. The only thing that you really got is a tax return for your actual job. You know what I'm saying? And so let me help you out with how to be able to build it and build things. So you'll be able to use that extra capital as a resource, and use the extra capital as a resource, and be able to get you, you know what I'm saying, a loan to be able to get you a home. Because you do got to prove that you make a certain amount of money. You got to prove that, all right? And I know that, you know what I'm saying, with people with our skin, you know what I'm saying, we don't paid our value and yada yada. So we got to do a lot of side jobs, a lot of side gigs to be able to make up for that. I'm 100%. I got you. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That was my life. That is my life. I got to do a lot of other things to be able to make things happen and shit like that. But I'm still successful and I'm able to own things. I'm able to have things. So anyway, all right, here we go. Here's the play. Okay, here's the play. All right. So the first thing that you want to do is, if you got hustles, side hustles and stuff like that, the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we legitimize ourselves. All right. So what we want to do is we want to set us up with an LLC. Okay. Now, before you set up your LLC, what I would do is I set up an S corp. I went and set up an LLC until I was actually going downtown, going down to the county and all of to the business, to the, you know what I'm saying, what place in your community where you go to get your business license and stuff like that. That's when I would register it as an LLC. But prior to that, what I would do is I would go on to the IRS.gov, go on to IRS.gov and apply for an EIN. It's free. It's absolutely free. Go on to IRS.gov and apply for an EIN. Also, you want to, when you applying for your EIN, you want to register your EIN under an S corporation, an S corp. All right. You want to highlight. You want to put that under an S corp. Okay. So you're going to put that under an S corp. You're going to put that under an S corp. So you're going to start the company. You're going to take the LLC and have the LLC. I mean, you're going to take the EIN. The EIN, which is your tax identification number, like the Social Security number for your business. You're going to get that EIN. You know, it's called an employer identification number because you're an employer. So with the EIN, you're going to take that EIN. You're going to register that EIN as an S corporation. Okay. So you're going to register that as an S corporation. After you're going to register that as an S corporation, you're going to go over to the SEC. All right. You're going to go over to the SEC, SEC.gov, SEC.gov. You're going to go over to the SEC. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to make sure that. I want to make sure I'm telling y'all the right shit because I do smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? But the SEC is where you're going to actually register your business with the state. Okay? You're going to register your business with the state. Yeah. Yes. SEC. I said it right. You know what I'm saying? State Commission, State Corporation Commission. All right? That's where you're going to go and you're going to set your business up with your state. Okay? So again, we're going to start again. We went to IRS.gov. We got an EIN, and we registered our EIN under an S corporation. You do all this from IRS.gov. Okay? You're going to take that EIN. You're going to take that S corporation. You're going to go over to the SEC for your state. SEC, the State Corporation Commission. You go to the SEC for your state. Go to SEC for your state. You're going to register your business with the SEC for your state. Fill all the paperwork out and stuff like that. It's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's going to be less than $200. I know in Virginia it's about less than $200, a little less than $200, about $100 something dollars, a little less than $200 for you to be able to register this. All right. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead. You're going to register with the SEC. All right. Once you register with the SEC, you're going to take that to your county. You're going to take that to your county, to your city, and register it in the city that your business is going to be registered in. Now, you could do that in the county, you know what I'm saying, somewhere where you're at, or you can go online, set yourself up and some type of virtual office in a state or in a city that you feel like you want to do business at. It'd be cool to go online and check out the ones that have the least basically property tax, the least business tax, state taxes, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? If that's something that you want to do, if you're doing a online business or a digital business or something like that. But if you have an actual business where you have a brick and mortar, you have to register that brick and mortar with your actual city that the brick and mortar is in. All right. So yeah. All right. So again, you go to IRS, you get the EIN, you register for your S corporation. You're going to take that over to the SEC for your state. You're going to register that business under the SEC for your state. You're going to take that from the SEC for your state. Go ahead and register that with your with the city business, with your city business development and business basically office and stuff. Register that with the city. You know what I'm saying? So once you register that with the city, now you have pretty much a business. Okay, you're pretty much a business. You have with you register with the city. Now you're going to take that information. You're going to go ahead. You're going to go get yourself a business bank account. Okay, go get yourself a business bank account. Get yourself a business bank account. So now you have your EIN. You have your business registered under a store under an S corporation, which is going to save you on taxes. You're going to go take that to the SCC, register that with your state. Then you're going to take that information, register with your state, and then when you're going to register with your city, is when you're going to sign it up as an LLC that is under your S corporation. LLC that is owned by the S corporation, not the LLC that is owned by you personally. LLC that's owned by your S corporation. The S corporation is going to be owned. S corporation is corporation, so it's going to own itself. These things are going to save you in taxes. All right. So your side gig, you got side gig, side hustle. You want to do that stuff for your business, for your side business. All right. Do that for your side business. I don't give a damn if you fucking. I don't give a damn what it is. You're going to take those steps for your side business to register your side business. Now your side business is going to be considered a legitimate business with your city and state. All right. Go to a bank, get yourself a business bank account. Now you have a business bank account. Now, if I were you, I would register onto Square as well. You can register on any pretty much process server that you sales process system that you would like to do. But I like to go through Square. The reason why I like to go through Square is because you also have the ability to do payroll through Square as well, and which is going to be very important for your business because you're going to pay yourself through payroll. All right. And if you're doing so again, I'm giving you the play on how to own stuff with your business. Okay. I'm giving you the play on how to own stuff with your business. So you have a job, but you got a side hustle. We're going to register all of that for our side hustle. Now, our side hustle is a legitimate business. Now, here is the play. Okay. Here's the play. You have your business bank account. You have a personal bank account. All right. And you have your job in your business. So you want to prove that your business is making money so you can try to business is making money so you can pay yourself through the business. All right. Here's the play. Okay. You take your paycheck from the job that you're working. Okay. You take that paycheck and you deposit that paycheck over in your business bank account. You deposit that money into your business bank account. Okay. And then you write yourself a paycheck through Square from your business bank account that you finance with the money that you made from your 9 to 5. Just in case your business isn't making enough capital to make it seem like you're successful or doing things. You know what I mean? Just take your paycheck, funnel it through your business bank account. Okay. Now you're funneling your paycheck through your business bank account. You take that paycheck and then you pay yourself again out of your business bank account. So on paper, you've been paid 2 different times. You've been paid from your job and you've been paid from your business bank account. All right, from your corporation, you got 2 jobs. You got paid twice. All right. Here's what that does. When you go to a bank to get a loan, when you go to a bank to get a loan for your home, they have to use both of those incomes, even though truly you're only making 1 income. But on paper, it looks like you're making 2. So now you're making twice as much on paper. So let's say that on your job, you're making 40, 50,000 a year on your job. Now it looks like you're making 80 to 100,000 a year. And you didn't even make any more money. You didn't make no more money. You didn't make no more money. But it just looks that way with the bank. Okay? It looks that way with the bank. And so you're able to apply for a loan with the information stating that, hey, I make this amount of money, which is twice my job. Boom. Take that, go to your bank, Now, especially when your credit is right, you got your credit together, you went through the chat GPT steps, got your credit together, took your side hustle, legitimized your side hustle by registering as an actual business. Then you went through the process to pay yourself. So you are getting paid from a corporation. You're getting paychecks from a corporation. So you're getting paychecks from your actual job, and you get paychecks from your corporation. Okay? You're getting paid from your corporation. So now you're making this capital. Okay? And then you can also pay yourself dividend checks from the corporation. Let's say you are making some money with your business. Some money. Let's just look at it and say you're able to pull in an extra $2,000 a month from your business. Okay? You pull in an extra $2,000 a month from your business on top of the paycheck that you're setting up. And you starting to do dividend payouts from your business. All right? So now you have your job, your business paycheck, and dividend checks. 3 forms of income now that you can prove that you've made. And with those 3 forms of income, what is that going to do? It's going to add to the money that you earn. And again, you probably really ain't earning this shit. But on paper, you're earning it. You take that and you go get yourself a loan. You go get yourself a loan. And you go buy yourself a home. Now, you did a lot of creative funding to get the loan, but you're still gonna have to pay that motherfucker. All right. So don't get crazy and ridiculous on how you do that, putting yourself in a $500,000 home when you can only afford a $200,000-$300,000 home. Be smart in your game. Be smart in your ways. But you know what I'm saying? We just coming up with different ways and different plays for you to be able to do things that you want. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody ever tell you what you can't do. Man, I'm telling you, man, I used to let people tell me, you know what I'm saying, being black, we couldn't have a gun license. Got a gun license. Being black, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I was, you know what I'm saying? I was told I wasn't going to be able to get money for school. I wasn't going to be able to get loans. I wasn't going to be able to get a house, buy my own house. I wasn't going to be able to have good credit, yada, yada, yada. I mean, also was told as a black man, I wasn't going to be able to build this with a black woman. With a black woman. Man, I'm saying you ain't good. Man, they don't. With a black woman. I've been able to build this. I'm the breadwinner for my black woman. My black woman was my wife before she had any of my children. Before she had any of my children. You know what I'm saying? I was told that this shit was impossible, and I've done it all. I've done it all. I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I be sitting down with politicians and business leaders and politicians and business leaders, and we're sitting down coming up with concepts on how to grow or how to help them grow, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have, background ain't squeaky clean. And I went, said, you know what I'm saying? What was that? Erykah Badu? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know your background ain't squeaky clean. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Erykah Badu or Jill Scott or something. Said one of them said, I love both of them women. I love both of y'all. And I'm a married man, and I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I ain't gonna front. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on. But anyway, I'm going off the board here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was allowing people to tell me the things that I couldn't have. I was allowing people to share their insecurities, because that's all it is for real. You know what I'm saying? People who tried things and didn't get it in the time frame or how the way that they wanted to get it, and so they quit. You know what I'm saying? They quit. They quit trying. They quit. You know what I mean? And I can't allow an individual who quits to tell me what it's going to take, because the way I see it is, what it's going to take is us not to quit. That's the first thing it's going to take. You not to quit. I have an example. Okay. So when I got out of high school, I tried to go. I went to a technical school for a couple months. Went to technical school for a couple months, and then I went to the military. I joined the military. It was during the time when 9/11 happened. You know what I'm saying? I felt the duty and all that shit, but at the same time, I was just an ass kicker. I just wanted to kick some ass. You know what I'm saying? But I felt the duty, and but most importantly, I was in love, and I wanted to take care of her. This woman that I love. Hey, baby. Excuse me. Hey, baby. I want to take care of this woman that I love. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, put her in a home and give her the type of life that her father afforded her, because she comes from a really nice family that held it down and stuff like that. And how, and me being from Virginia Beach, because I'm from Virginia Beach, me being from Virginia Beach, tell me my glasses, me being from Virginia Beach, you know what I'm saying? The most successful people that I ever met went to the military. You know what I'm saying? The most successful people that I ever met in Virginia Beach went to the military. So I used to equate that to success. I used to equate that to being successful as the military. Hey, the most successful people I know, militaries. You know what I'm saying? So I equated that to the military. And so what I did was I was in love with a woman, and I really wanted to take care of her, and I really wanted to hold things down, And I'll come from a place where, I didn't really know any men that had their own shit. Like, I didn't know any men that had their own homes. I didn't really know men that had their own cars. And I've spoke about this before. The only man at that time that I know that had his own was a brother named Bruce Norman. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Mr. Norman. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bruce. You know what I mean? My name is Bruce too. So, you know what I'm saying? He held a very high light in my life. He was very important. He passed away when I was about 13, 14 years old. No, I think I was older than that. I was about 15, 16 when he passed away, which was just it was a hard thing. But anyway, Miss Bruce was the only one that I knew that had his own, and he took care of his own. He had his own, and he had custody of his kids. You know what I'm saying? He had his own, and he had custody of his kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jonah Lucas shit crazy. But anyway, he had custody of his own kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I didn't know anybody in my neighborhood that was men that had like that. It was always moms. Men weren't really around like that, so knowing them like that was something big. It was something important. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Noah, Mr. Bruce. But growing up, I didn't really know too many men that had their own shit. You know what I'm saying? So I equated success to the military because the ones that I knew that had who were holding their family down went to the military. So for myself, when I fell in love with my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time, but when I fell in love and all these different things, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a good guy. I wanted to hold it down for my baby. You know what I mean? And at the time, you know what I'm saying, I was pretty much homeless. I was pretty much homeless. Our family house, we had just lost our family house. My mom was renting this real beautiful place because she worked for this company, and they, you know what I'm saying, rented her a place, you know what I'm saying, as a perk and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, she lost that. Well, that job was over, and we're you know what I'm saying, the house that we were living in, it was pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying, it was pretty crazy. My sister and I lived there. They didn't have any water, any lights, and it was flea infested and stuff like that. But anyway, so it was very important for me to try to figure out a way, you know what I'm saying, to make things happen. But I'm coming from a place where I didn't know any men that were doing it. I didn't know any men that were doing it. And so I really thought that shit was damn near impossible. So I'm in the street trying to be as head banging, head busting as possible and shit, you know what I'm saying? But the opportunity came across my lap. My wife's grandmother, she came across my lap. My wife's grandmother called, and my wife's sister was going to meet with a recruiter. You know what I'm saying? The Army recruiter. She's going to meet with an Army recruiter, and my wife's grandmother called me and asked me if I would like to go talk to the recruiter. She knew my position. She knew the situation that I was in. She knew my background, and she wanted to look out for me the same way she did for my wife's father. You know what I'm saying, with my wife's father, she drove him to the recruiter for him to join the Navy, and he joined the Navy and was able to afford a beautiful life for his wife and for my wife. you know what I'm saying, for his wife and his children. My wife is his daughter and stuff like that, and from the military and shit. So when she came at me with it, it was a no-brainer. I wasn't one of them kids that was scared of shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was like she said it. I was like, yeah, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a warrior out here on these streets. So why wouldn't I, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I give an opportunity when I know that the only successful people that I've ever met took this route? You know what I'm saying? Took this route. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? Went to the military, yada, yada, yada. Went to the military. And but I was going to a technical school at the time. And when I left the technical school and stuff like that, technical school was a scam. It was a scam. So they basically, you know what I'm saying? They basically hit me with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of loans because the school was a scam. And what they would do is they would reject your loan. Yada, yada. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into all that, but damn, the school was a scam. And so I went to the school for maybe like 4 or 5 months, and I ended up owing them a little over $20,000. All right, and I had to pay it. So I couldn't get any like loan, financial aid, or grants or anything like that because I owed this $20,000 and I didn't pay it. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay this $20,000. So, and I paid it straight up and down. The school was a scam, but I had no other way to do this. I had to pay it. My glasses look crazy right now. But I had to pay it. So I paid the $20,000, but it took a while. You know what I'm saying? It took a while. $20,000, broke kid. It took a while. So I couldn't go to school for years. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just out here trying to make it happen. Came home from the military and shit. Couldn't go to school for years, you know what I'm saying? Based off of getting scammed from this, you know what I'm saying? And so I couldn't go to school for years. You know what I'm saying? Make a long story short, I'm not went to a lot of places just to break that down like that. But that's pretty much what happened. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to college. I couldn't go to college because all that. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I paid it off, and then when I actually got it paid off, I went straight to school after that. You know what I'm saying? After I got paid off, I went straight to school after that. But again, I wasn't able to use my Montgomery GI Bill from the military because I was discharged from the military. I didn't get an honorable discharge. I was discharged. I got a general under honorable conditions. Basically, I was fired. You know what I'm saying? I got discharged on honorable conditions and stuff like that. So when I came home, I couldn't get into school. My wife was in college. My wife went to school, and what I would do is I would read her books because I wanted the information and stuff like that. I'll read her books and everything like that. And so for years, I was just doing whatever I can to be able to consume as much information as I possibly could until I was able to get to school. You know what I'm saying? Until I was able to get in school. But this was a fighting thing. This wasn't one thing that was like, oh, I want to go to school. I can't go to school. No. I had to actually fight to get in school, you know. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying, the concept was to just do better. You know what I'm saying? Was to do better. And I didn't really have any resources to help me figure that out. But when the reason why I brought up the school shit, you know what I'm saying, is because the reason why I didn't quit, because you know what I'm saying, again, damn, long as you don't quit, you don't fail. You know what I mean? But the reason why, because I fought for years to get into school, and the reason why I didn't quit is because my wife took me up to this counselor. He was a VA counselor for, you know what I'm saying, he was a VA counselor for veterans and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying, I couldn't get into school, and he literally sat me down and he was like, "You are entitled to this. You went to the military. Most people don't go to the military. It's a 1% club. The military is a 1% club. Only 1% of U.S. citizens have been to the military. So that's 99% that have it. That's a lot. That's a big percentage. You know what I'm saying? And so when I talked to him, he was like, "Yo, you're entitled to this. So don't ever stop fighting for it. Say yes. It's going to take some time. Don't ever stop fighting for it. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to it. Don't ever stop fighting for it. You know what I mean?" And I took that. I took that to heart. I took that at heart. I had this conversation with this man, and now, mind you, I had been trying to get to school for 10 years prior to that. You know, prior to me having that conversation with him. I was trying to get to school 10 years prior to that. But me having that conversation with him, you know what I'm saying? He said in front of my wife, and my wife constantly reminded me of it. I think his name was Mr. Marshall. And he worked at TCC in Virginia Beach. He was a VA representative. I think he ran the department. I think his name was Mr. Marshall, and he was a VA advisor. You know what I'm saying, for TCC in Virginia Beach. And I just want to thank you, sir. Thank you for that bit of information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it took me about 2-3 more years to actually get into school, but sir, I got into school, and I got 3 degrees from that. And I want to thank you for that information, and thank you for keeping, you know what I'm saying, keeping a young brother, you know what I'm saying, keeping a young brother passionate at a time where I really wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to quit. But again, quitting is the only loss. Only true loss that you can have is to quit. Period. Only true loss you can have is to quit. Quitting is the only loss. You know what I'm saying? So damn, I didn't quit. And just thinking of that, man, I think about brother Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Nipsey, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Nipsey fan. I'm a huge Nipsey follower from, you know what I'm saying? Because he was more than an artist, man. Like, this brother was a prolific brother who was really a life coach for realness. You know what I'm saying? Nip was a life coach for realness, you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Brother Nipsey said that when it came to hip hop, it wasn't like he did anything special. He just didn't quit. He went through every emotion and he just didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? And he lucked up because somebody who bought a mixtape or had a project years prior was thinking about him. And when he wanted to damn do business, he reached out to Nip. And because Nip didn't quit, you know what I'm saying, he was able to reach. I mean, come on, man. Before he passed, that was his biggest album before he passed. He been in this game all this time and still hit his greatest mark right before he passed and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? It just sticks with me. You know what I mean? The fact that he said, I just didn't quit. I just didn't quit. And that's where I look at my life. My life is because I just didn't quit. I still make music. I still be in the studio. I'm still producing. I'm still performing, which I haven't performed in some months. Which I got to get back on top of that. You know what I'm saying? I've been grinding out on different things, but music and performance and performing is extremely important to me, and I'm fucking fantastic and great. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get back and I haven't done it in months, but I'm gonna get back to it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same motherfucking time, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Music, performing, all of this shit, this big thing. And my life has became what it is because I don't quit. I don't believe in quitting. I believe that the only loss is a quit. Only time that you can claim a loss is to quit. If you don't quit, then you can't claim a loss. You can't claim a loss unless you quit. Point blank period. That's the way I see it. It's not a loss until you quit. All right. So since you know it's not a loss until you quit, as long as you don't quit, you good. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't quit, you good. As long as you don't quit, you good. You stay 10 tones down, you stay pushing through it, you good. As long as you don't quit. And this is lesson number 1. Lesson number 1. All right. I'm a life coach for real ones. And in this school of real ones, the training of real ones, lesson number 1 is don't you fucking quit. If you're passionate about something. I'm not talking about if you got a gig, gig ain't working right. I ain't talking about that. You with somebody, it ain't working right. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about on you. On you. Don't you ever fucking quit on you. Long as you don't quit on you, you will never lose. I heard Tyler Perry saying this earlier. I've never lost. Tyler Perry literally said, I've never lost. Nothing, I've never lost. Why? Because I never quit. Loss, if I fucked up, it was a lesson. I learned it. I didn't hit the marks that I wanted to, It was a lesson. I learned it, but it wasn't a loss. You only lose when you quit. The only true loss is to quit. The only true loss you have is to quit. As long as you don't quit and business is open tomorrow, you got an opportunity to be successful. You got an opportunity to make it happen. You got an opportunity to fucking get back in that motherfucking ring. You know what I'm saying? Hey, oh yeah, yesterday, man, he got me with it. You know what I'm saying? I was weak on my right. So motherfucker, make sure I'm strong on my right. Make sure when I train, I'm training to be strong on my right. Making sure I'm training to be strong on my left. Because I know how I fucking took the blows. I know how I fucked up. And I can better that. I'm thankful for fuck ups because I know I can't learn shit from winning. I can't learn shit from winning. I can't learn shit from doing everything perfect. I can't learn shit from that. Only thing I can learn from is the mistakes. That's what I can learn. So like Brother Will Smith say, fail fast, fail forward, fail quickly, fail first. Because failing is going to lead you to success. You can be successful on, oh man. But anyway, man, you know what I'm saying? Back to it. So, you know, that's all I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Just don't quit. Make it happen. I am going to have to shut this down because I got a lot of other things going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Relax and everything like that. You know what I mean? But look, man, I just want to thank y'all for being a part of the I'm So Great podcast. I am so great. Yes, I am great because I've been great to the plate. You understand it. And all I can do is say, stay 10 toes down. You stay 10 toes down, bring your head up in the sky. Ain't nobody chin check you, my nigga. Go ahead and get it. Every time you turn around, I just want to see you eating. I want to see you winning. I want to see you fighting. I want to see you striving. And fuck them excuses, nigga. Make it happen, nigga. And we out.